Welcome to the first episode of Duquesne's Weekend Update. I'm Jessica Nath.
And I'm Jason Larch, and here are today's top stories. This week it was announced that Frozen is officially the #1 animated film in over 27 countries. That's basically the world. Frozen passed the 2010 blockbuster Toy Story 3. The Disney hit made over $1 billion at the worldwide box office and almost $400 million in the United States. And they say we're in a recession. On Monday night, the CBS comedy How I Met Your Mother finally ended after 9 seasons. And what better way to tell your kids about your life than swearing it's all about meeting their mom? And then spending 8 years talking about your exes, drunken one-night stands, and recreational drug usage. Either that's terrible parenting or just a great form of punishment.
In other news, Duquesne had their annual art show last Tuesday for student artists. Students were able to showcase and sell their drawn, digital, or performance art. Now college students have a second option to paying off their loans besides smelling like fast food and asking if you'd like fries with that. So the $5 salad line in OfferUp continues to get longer each week, and with finals approaching, it's expected to only get worse. It appears nothing comes between a Duquesne student and their meal swipe.
So today, we're lucky enough to have a guest speaker, and we're really excited to talk about the TechnoCon, which is happening here in Pittsburgh this weekend at the Convention Center downtown. So everyone give it up for Sarah Wheeler.
Yeah. What Techo is, usually people call it Techo, but the full name is TechnoCon. What it is, it's an anime convention. It's hosted every year in Pittsburgh. People come in, dress up in their favorite anime, video game, or even just regular game costumes, or not even dress up at all. You just come in, learn about different cultures of the Japanese life, and just meet other people in their crazy costumes.
What's your favorite part about it?
I love just meeting the different people there. Everyone's so friendly, and if you see a person in your favorite costume, you can easily just approach them, say, your costume is great, how did you make that? And just seeing everyone in their homemade costumes.
Okay, so what's like the best costume you've ever seen before?
The best one I ever saw, I don't know if you're familiar with Final Fantasy or not, but someone actually made a Cloud costume, and he made the full sword, like the full size of this. The sword was as tall as this guy, maybe even taller. It was amazing.
So we heard that you brought something with you. It's a little scary, but
Yeah,
we'll see what it is.
I did. Like, in addition to costumes, a lot of people like make prop swords. Like this is one of the ones that I have for one of my costumes. And this is actually from a game called League of Legends. A lot of people, it's a really popular game now. It's for free, and it is hosted by not Steam. I can't remember the name of it right now, but it's really popular right now. They have a bunch of tournaments out. You see a lot of people cosplay it, but this sword, like a lot of props like this, they take a lot of time. So a lot of people, they'll stop you and be like, that is an awesome sword. Just what they see, not only how awesome it is, it's the time that they put into it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the time put into it, your costume, Pikachu?
Mm-hmm.
And you made this, right?
I did.
Okay.
Well, the shirt, Pikachu has stripes, so what I did, I just took a plain yellow t-shirt, and on the back, I just sewed some stripes on. As far as the ears go, just basic wires, fabric on top, just sewed it together and hot glued it, and just stuffed them so they stayed. And even though it looks simple, it actually took about 3 to 4 days to make it.
Why Pikachu?
This year, I'm lucky enough to have someone that wants to cosplay with me, so my boyfriend's actually going as Ash Ketchum, so I also made that costume by hand. I had the hat to start off with, and I was thinking, what do I want to do for Techo this year? Looked at the hat, and I thought, why not do a Pikachu and Ash costume? Just have the hat, make a vest, and just have the gloves. Just as easy as that.
Okay, cool. And before we wrap it up, while we have you here, is there anything you just want to tell people about how the convention normally is, or some of the highlights from last year?
It's really great. A lot of people, since it is by the convention center, they're like local restaurants. People from the convention will walk in, grab food, and everyone's wearing their brightly colored costumes, and normal people coming into town just look around with this confused look on their face. And my favorite part is when people actually ask you, why are you all dressed up? And when you tell them, they're just kind of like, oh, okay, like give you this face. A lot of people, like my costume, it's pretty simple, but a lot of people just crazy. They're wearing like fur, just everything. If you walk downtown Pittsburgh this weekend, you'll see a lot of crazy costumes, and it'll definitely make you look twice.
Looking for something new this weekend, check out the TechnoCon.
Mm-hmm.
So down at the convention center. Everyone, huge thanks for Sarah Wheeler. I choose you!
All right. Moving into a special announcement by Consumer Reports. You may know Consumer Reports as an American magazine that reviews and compares products and services for us Americans. Well, things must have been slow in the office this month because they decided to find the best toilet paper in America. They tested their samples for strength, softness, and tearing ease. All the testers agreed that Charmin Ultra Strong and White Cloud Ultra Ply were the best. But I have to say, that must have been a crappy test.
In other news, as most of you know, it's now April and graduation is quickly coming upon us, faster than any of us would like to admit. With that in mind, we're going to end our section here on thoughts for future graduates. The first thing you'll miss most about school, and trust me, I've been there, it's not your friends, it's not the dining hall food, it's your free time. True story. You're going to miss your free time. Unless you don't have one of these. But all kidding aside, not having a job is not the end of the world. Just ask this guy.
Now you can stay calm if you don't got swag and you don't have a clue about what you're going to do after graduation. Because we have it all worked out for you. Step 1, get a plan. And yes, you need a plan. But make sure it's a good plan. Step 2, aim high. Because if you shoot for the moon and miss, you'll end up with the stars. Or you might end up seeing stars, but still aim high. Step 3, be confident in yourself. All successful people are self-confident. Just ask Charlie Brown. But don't get carried away. Bad things can happen. Remember, curiosity killed the cat.
All right, but if you're not a typically self-motivated person, which really who is, we know it's going to be hard to do, so let's be honest. Do you binge on Netflix? Do you have trouble getting out of the bed in the morning? Well, we have the secret to unleashing your motivation whenever you want, anytime, anywhere, to whatever extent. And it's, there's a punchline with that.
And step 5 to living a great life after graduation, stop time. Don't graduate. Stay here forever. It just gets better and better and better. But if you have to graduate, there's one last piece of advice for having a killer life, and it's this. Tell yourself this when you look in the mirror every morning. You are better than average. Well, that's all for the news today.
Everyone, thanks for joining in. Don't forget to tune in next time when we have a special guest star who we have not booked yet.
All right. And you stay classy, Duquesne.
Definitely stay classy.
Pikachu!